karibuni sana, karibuni sana. Kumbuka hii ni program ya Social Behavior Change Campaign Media Face Launch Isiolo. So tunakaribishwa sana, na hii shughuli imeweza kukamilishwa na Feed the Future, ndio shirika kuu wakishirikiana na USAID, wakishirikiana na Isiolo County Government, na pia wakishirikiana na na pia kukamua na pia venye tunaweza hifadhi. Asante sana, karibu sana County Secretary wetu. Wageni wetu wakiongozwa na County Secretary wetu wanaenda round wakitembelea watapata kuelezewa. Asanteni sana Isiolo County Government, asante sana County Secretary wetu, asante sana. Nakumbuka hii shughuli imeletewa
for the groups, that is startup groups, tunaanzia na 100,000. It is not a CS that is for groups. Then after the group has been given 100,000, when they clear, we go second phase, that is 200,000. We have here the Atlanta. Atlanta is for artists, like these groups. What are the look? Atlanta will be starting 100,000. From there, we go to this period for the groups, it will be this period. It is only and we do 5 members for groups.
Does it require any security?
For groups, no security.
Yeah,
to assess no security.
Kama watu wangapi?
In Isiolo County?
Wanaume, wanawake?
Yes, yes.
Tunapea you 18 to 34 of age.
Only you 18 to 34
of age.
Umefikia watu wangapi yani?
For Isiolo, we have 7,390 beneficiaries. Yeah, Isiolo County. When we came for constituency, Isiolo, no, we have funded 1,400,000. That is 5,000 beneficiaries.
Groups, how much?
And groups, in Isiolo, we have 214 units. Yeah.
Each groups maybe how much?
100,000 each group.
Kuna wale wenye wameenda mpaka 200
graduate.
What determines their graduation to the next level? Good performance. What about their business? Business monitor every
You train them?
You train?
You train these groups?
Yes.
We train them. After we fund them, we sensitize them, we train them, then we fund them.
Are they able to access all the funds that been allocated? Kama kuna zile zinakaa wajaweza ku access?
Kuna zile. Some talanta.
Hawana ile music corporation of Kenya, ile certificate. Sana sana hawa wa talanta hawana hiyo certificate. That's why hawajapata bado. Maybe kama government inaweza wasaidia waasisi certificate.
Nafikiri hiyo ni jambo la maana kuhakikisha kwamba mnawasiliana na maafisa wahusika ndio waweze kupata hizo leseni. Na mwaka huu mnakusudia kufikia kama wanajiri wangapi mwaka huu?
This year. Huwa tunakuanga na appraisal ya every quarter na tunaandika appraisal yetu tunaituma na tunahakikisha tunafikisha ile kiwango tumepewa by training day. Sana sana tunaenda South Isiolo na watrain.
Target this year.
Mna target ama tuseme biashara za ufungaji wa course mifugo, mboga, kuna biashara labda ambazo mna target ama biashara za
business having all requirements, especially the business permit from the county government. Akiwa na hiyo ni bank statement ni counters ndio tunapaswa. Yes.
Thank you. Good job.
members and groups. But when I go to visit the services office, they require at least 10 members.
That 100,000 is not enough for that's why people recommend.
The second challenge is about having no the way to register so na wanakuja watatu. Wanakuja wamekaa hapa for 3 days. Wanakaa for 3 days, wanaambiwa this kitu wanaenda and they want to fund that change. So tunaomba the county government and the national government of so that we can fund more. There is money from our family. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that is all.
The key activities that are being supported by Nawiri. And actually, Nawiri is implemented in 4 counties, that is Isiolo, Marsabit, Samburu, and Turkana. We are privileged to be working with different partners. Just to mention a few, there is Catholic Youth Services, Concern Women and Village Enterprise. The goal of this program is to support the county, just to look at the underlying causes of malnutrition and develop intervention that will help communities to be able to access various nutrition-related interventions. Just to mention for this table, I've just highlighted a number of studies that have been conducted in this county. And just basically is for us to help the county and also us as programmers to understand some of the underlying causes of malnutrition. Just to highlight, there are some surveys that were conducted just to understand what are some of the barriers toward access to food securities within the 6 hot ward in Isiolo counties. There was also another survey that was conducted to understand the drivers of malnutrition, just basically for us to understand, help us to develop programs towards the same. We have also looked at some of the policy that facilitate and also that limits or hinder adoption of some of nutrition-specific and nutrition-sensitive intervention. And basically on this other end, there are some of the proposed intervention. Just to mention, there is a graduation pilot. There is access to IMA-related activities. And also there are some technologies that we are also, as a program, we are looking at basically to understand, to help communities to be able to access some of those services. Basically that is it. We have also behavior change that limits or hinder access to food security. And I believe part of the discussion and the reason why we are here, not only with the partner, but program, so that we can be able to support communities to be able to change some of the behaviors. We feel as a program to be able to that are hindering access to basically that. And also we have worked with NMS initially in terms of market development, and we agree that some of those areas will be able to support as a partner and also as county to be able to build up our communities and also fight the underlying causes of malnutrition. Karibuni. But I know those are some of the issues related to the current trends that are being felt within the communities, issues of drought and the rest. But we believe that working with different partners, we now need to support communities to be able to initiate sustainable activities.
And we worked in the country for the last 14 years from 2007. We fund women groups, specifically women, because we know the challenges that women have had in the past, and women are considered one of the minority groups or special interest groups. So in Isiolo, we have funded over 120 million since inception. And here in Isiolo specifically, we have funded about 668 groups consisting of 7,227 members within the entire constituency. We work in Isiolo North. Our office is at the CDF building, first floor, but we serve all the constituents from the entire constituency. We have a repayment rate of 86%. That is below repayment, meaning those who are paying as their schedule. And then there are people who pay before their time, where we stand at 91%. Our main products are the group loans. One is called Tunuke loans. You have the eligibility criteria right there. And we also have other products such as LPO and SO financing. We also fund samples. We've not been able to fund any sample because of the challenges that we have here. But for LPO and SO financing, we've trained our women, are still had that training, and we're looking to have women get these tenders. We've had those who've gotten tenders, and issues of payment we have facilitated to ensure that they've been paid. And we have also launched new products. The mini loan is for widows, and for the mini loan, it's taken without even an administrative fee or training fee, because we wanted to get into that perspective of widows and assist them. We also have Chama Plus loans, which will be individual loans. So this lady is a beneficiary of one of our groups called Maono Women Group, which funded them from 50,000 up to 750,000, and they're doing they're in the agriculture and livestock value chain, specifically milk, where we are having yogurts, you have eggs that are making those twin cakes, and then you have eggs. We also have camel sausages. I think you'll find them in the next desk. And we also have other people coming with hay, honey, and all those things.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
And maybe as a point of concern now to the according to the dynamics of our county, have you ever thought of the Sharia compliant packet?
Okay, that's one thing I forgot. Our laws are Sharia compliant, very Sharia compliant. They were passed in Parliament, and before that Act of Women Enterprise Fund was passed, we consulted the chief clerk. So our laws are Sharia compliant.
Maybe I have one question.
Yes.
You have been running this program for how long? And how is the impact on the lives of the members?
We've been running, the organization has been running from 2007, but up to 2018 we did not have an office in Isiolo. Our headquarters used to be at Embu, our regional headquarters. But since 2018 we've been having an office in Isiolo, and that office has transformed the people of Isiolo, because Kitambo, the loans used to go and the loan forms used to go, come back, and that entire process was hectic. But since we had an office in Isiolo, women loans have been processed at a faster rate. And in the past financial year, 2020-2021, we were able to loan 18 million in Isiolo, not alone. We were able to loan 18 million, and we've seen women coming from very, very low levels of no income at all, up to levels where they have income and they actually do business. We've also seen them transforming the lives of their children, because our aim is socio-economic transformation. So not only for them to have money, but also to transform their lives, educate their children, go to hospitals, be able to access Medicare and things like that. And also we have honed leadership skills of our women. We have some of them being able to move from the group level where they're leaders to even vying for political seats.
But how is the awareness? How is the awareness of this fact? Is the woman in Basa or Sericho or Doniro aware of what is happening? Yes. Or you are just operating within the town?
The women in Doniro, the women in Marti, and Marti where we have, the farthest where we have a group is Biliki. Biliki is the farthest where we have a group, and I've traveled there a couple of times. I'm usually there on the ground. In Doniro, we are up to Lobanshek. So we have in Garimana, we're in the area around town, we're everywhere. So accessibility, because you know how vast our county is, but we are trying to get to Mashinani Kabisa. We have a group doing very well in Korbesa. It's actually one of the star groups from that area. We also have another group doing very well in Lobarisherek. So yeah, we have tried to penetrate.
Any challenges you are facing in the process of distributing this one?
The vastness and our resources. As you know, government has limited resources, so our county is vast, and we've always been like Aveco. We're always going to ask to request for Aveco to access those places. And also there is the issue that you've asked me. Most of the people there's still contention on whether the loans are Sharia compliant. compliant, and we've been talking about it consistently, and we are also asking our leaders, especially our CS and other people who are in influence, to explain to these people, because they are better placed to explain. Yes. Also, the repayment is a challenge and a lot of political interference, but not from the county, but our women, we want our women to know that these funds, as much as they are coming from the government, they are meant to be repaid. That's what we are saying. It's a revolving fund. If we do not repay, other women will not be able to get. And it's other women of Isiolo, not other women of another place. So the more we repay, the more we have a better chance of giving more women our money.
Thank you.
Yes.
Also, Nancy,
Yes.
I've seen it's a good thing, it's a good product. Now, for the far-flung areas that the county secretary is talking about, the last mile. You see, now we might be at Korbesa, but at the center. There is that last mile. And as we are in this occasion, the function is about the social behavior changes. And the hotspots, the malnourished, the malnutrition areas, the hotspots are in those far-flung areas. Have you ever thought of aggregating those to one center, whereby maybe awareness can be created there, or it can be your spot, whereby in that center, closer to those communities, you can reach everybody?
Yes, and we're actually liaising a lot with the provincial administration, because I might not be there all the time because the area is vast, but we're liaising with our chiefs, our DCC, and when we go there, we work a lot with them, even in terms of repayment. We find it's some of the women who might not be very literate, they go even to the chiefs to ask and assist them. So our provincial administration is our key point in penetrating those areas, and we are also looking. We have also been looking into Basa. It's an area that I've had a discussion with my bosses. We're also looking into the other end in Micha and Urura, because that's also a critical place. Another issue was the issue of the network. There was a time we had challenges in the network, mobile phone network, so it might even be difficult to access those people. But with time now that you're having better network, you're having better infrastructure, we're able to go in the last mile. And we promise you that we'll be able to do that.
The last one, quick one. Now that you are graduating these groups, yes, and you see now we have also challenges, the county challenges that we have, especially the drought, the food security. Which strategies do you have in place, for example, in processing or adding value to these foods so that you can utilize them during those lean seasons? Can you support that?
Yes. We are looking a lot into diversification of our products, and we're looking at the entire. If you're talking about our people who are mostly livestock keepers, we're telling them to look at the entire value chain of livestock, because when we have the rainy season, that's when we can have milk and meat meat. But during the dry season, we have to utilize things like horns, hoofs, hides, skins, so that at no particular point in time do you find yourself caught up completely and you are not able to repay. We're also asking them, as much as they are doing livestock, they have something else. We encourage them, like there's a group we are doing in Korbesa, we encourage them to split the portion of the money, one to go into livestock production and another one to go into another business that will not be affected by the vagaries of nature, such as drought and famine and things like that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Invents Agencies Limited. It's a company which is women-led. It has been supported by USAID through the LMS. We have received funding, which they have built 2 units, one for poultry and one for dairy. We produce around 200 liters of milk every day. We have over 2,000 chickens. We have empowered women and other community members. We offer training. This is a model farm in Isiolo. We get people from Laisamis, from archers coming to learn about poultry farming. The reason you are seeing also the same product, we have gotten support even from WEF as a company. They have been very useful to us. Okay, this company, we do value addition of milk. We supply milk to schools and hospitals like Mata Hospital and to different schools within Isiolo and the supermarkets. We have created jobs. We have over 12 workers with women and the youth. So we try to create jobs. Some are permanent, some are casual jobs to the women and youth in our neighborhoods. Because of the nutrition part, okay, our product, we also have cookies. We do value addition of eggs. We have yogurt, we have fresh milk, and we have eggs. Also, our community, our farm being a model farm, we have empowered, so many people have been empowered to keep poultry. So many people have been empowered to keep poultry, and most organizations are buying poultry for their communities because they have seen the benefits and the income, which is so fast and it's affordable to start. Yeah, so we hope the county and the ministry help us and support us to encourage other people, because you sell and have a profit. Instead, even the old woman in the village can sell and get something out of it. Yeah. Any question, maybe?
How's the market for your products? Do you have already assessment?
We are not offering enough. The demand is too high, but we can't meet the demand of Isiolo County. As I said before, the neighboring, or like all the wards are coming to access our products in town, and even the neighboring, because at some point we supply even broiler chicken to Marsabit, and it's not enough even here in our own county.
Do you do training for groups?
Yes, we do.
How many groups have you trained so far?
So many groups. Like last week we had NRT, which brought their TOTs to come and train this farm last week.
Do you charge for training?
Yes.
For instance, if the county government can bring you some groups,
yes,
do you charge us?
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
I may chip in there. I work with a company that group from the cooperative side. So now what we do with other cooperatives or other groups want to benchmark or to learn from them. They do for those other groups hours. The cooperatives for free. They don't charge. They give it as a CR something. They give it back to the community. Yeah.
CSR.
And they have really trained many who have started also the businesses in a small way, not in a big.
Where are they located?
They are located at Mkaza.
Welcome.
Yes. Just a question, eh?
Yes.
You know we are in a competitive business environment.
Yes.
Your business name is Ivmize.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is in future now, so that you can be better in the profitability, the branding of your products, so that once you brand them, they are in our supermarket, and how to make their shelf life better. For example, these yogurts we go to the supermarket to buy for our kids, but now once you put it in a better closed as you are growing, and you label it, you brand it, it will be able even to get more market within the locality. So the branding is a better thing and a better shelf life also on what you encase the yogurt into. Thank you.
Yes, we just received the CAB certificate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are in the process of doing the packaging.
It was actually one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah.
But we already have it.
Yeah.
Also your visibility. You're not very much known.
No, it's a non-farm, but you are most welcome.
Maybe you market yourself
Yes,
aggressively.
sure.
Sunday.
And here in Isiolo County, we have quite a number of programs. My name is Santos Ngetich. I have my colleague, Dr. Kikonyo. And just to brief you is that in Isiolo County, we have quite a number of programs that are running from vaccination of PPR and emergency drought response. So most of the activities are being done within the county, but in the national space also we have quite a number of other activities that come all the way to Isiolo County. So currently we are in the drought and emergency response. We have done a number of cash transfers. We are also distributing animal feeds. We just completed about 5,000 bags of grain chips that are distributed within the 6 wards in the county, which were identified through the CSG. And going forward, we are looking into more of animal health service provision, as well as enhancing the capacity and development of the staff and also the community for resilience building. Maybe I can also allow my colleague to just say a word, and then if there is any questions, we can answer.
Yes, so welcome, Daktari, to this FAO stand. My name is Gikonyo from FAO Kenya office in Nairobi. I came down here to support my team, just to reinforce the fact that Food and Agriculture Organization is a great partner not only to the national government, but we are working closely with the sub-national government. And here in Isiolo, we've done quite a lot of support. And maybe just mention one, we realize that the animal health frontline service providers lack capacity in applied veterinary epidemiology, and one of your staff, I think Dr. He's one of the past cohorts out of all the 47 counties is one, among the 25 that we have trained, and I think that's good capacity that is in the county. And also, we're looking at gaps of animal feeds in terms of forages throughout the year, and we've done a very thorough study, and we have documented the gaps in terms of months and what is available and what is not available. And for Isiolo, for example, we have a deficit of feed for livestock throughout the year, and that's why when there is appearance of drought, FAO has been very keen that Isiolo should also be part of the beneficiaries in this drought response. So I just want to say that, and thank you so much. We can maybe take a few questions if there is any. Thank you.
Any question, members? Thank you. How are you working closely with the Department of Agriculture and Livestock?
Okay, so we really link very well with the county department or the agricultural and fisheries. That is where most of the capacity that we are doing is through the county department. So even the staff, all these equipment we bought, but they are out at the county. And also, even the office where I stayed was donated by the county. So we are all integrated in every activity that we conduct.
Thank you. I just wanted to confirm that I know you are doing a very good job, working very closely together, especially in areas of locus control, emergency response. So we really appreciate your good job.
Thank you.
So in fact, we have no much question for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Utilization of the animal source foods. That is where we come in to look into the preservation, the processing, and we develop guidelines that are going to support in terms of the community development, community capacity building, and even other stakeholders' reference. So we have a project that we are studying in Marsabit County that is working on developing the livestock feed cards and also milk utilization and other to do with the nutrition at home level. So community dialogue cards, we have a food composition table that we have developed so that we can support the communities and also the stakeholders. And also in the animal feeds, we have some technologies we are showing today about hay making, and also this is the rain cubes that we distributed, and they are really very rich in terms of the energy, because when an animal is really down, so you just do have a kg in the morning and have a kg in the evening, and then you do some water. So after 3-4 days, that cattle will be able to walk to the nearest pasture or grazing area. So this one is basically for emergency support. So we don't even encourage use in the normal feeding. So it is just basically for emergency support to enhance the capacity of.
Now in Isiolo for around 8 years now. Since inception was 2014. up to today. So, and we had a good engagement with communities. We went around all corners of Isiolo, Sericho, Garbatula, Merzi, Lonyiro, and we have a good number of land. That is already we have insured 2,000 plus livestock product, and we have benefited more than 5 to 6 payouts now since inception, which is various seasons. Normally, the product we normally give the payouts twice per year. So we have this long dry season and then short dry season. Like now we are in short dry season. So, and the current trigger is also out. So the drought, the previous one was severe. So we are paying Isiolo County, all divisions. But we have different triggers for each division. People, they are conversant with this information. So we have 2 types of insurance now. We have the government one, which was sponsored by government, Kenya Livestock Insurance Program. And we have this commercial one, the one we are selling as a company. So in total, for this current the drought situation which we faced, we are paying around 21 million now. It was already, the trigger was out. Isiolo County will receive around 21 million. That is both the Kenya Livestock Insurance Program and commercial combined. So that's a good amount, and it will benefit pastoralists within our county. So, and the best thing is now we have a window which is open, which is currently, we have opened our window, and the clients are ready to register themselves if they are interested in this program, which has helped this community for now, almost we are heading to decade. So that is as a livestock, we had that impact, we make that impact, and it has changed the lives of pastoralist community within the community, within the Isiolo County, and we are hopeful, and we are receiving a lot of clients which are even calling us before we open the window. They want to join the program. So thank you, and also refer to my friend who can take you through the general cover, which is motor insurance and motor and so on. Thank you.
Wako Diva, branch manager of Takaful Insurance here. It's a pleasure to discuss with you a few things about Takaful. Takaful Insurance is a fully-fledged insurance company, a Sharia compliant insurance for that case. As already discussed with you by my colleague, we've been doing this livestock product for a long time, and a lot of pastoralists have benefited it. We have more than, as you already mentioned, more than 2,000 beneficiaries almost every year. So we started back 2014. 2014, August is when we pay our first payout. That is more than 8 million. So recently 2020, we paid generally in the whole of Kenya more than 300 million, I think, if I'm not wrong. So that means this product is not only here in Isiolo, but in other counties like Marsabit, Wajir, Garissa. We are selling this livestock products to all the ASAL counties. So, and the uniqueness about Takaful Insurance is that we've known for supporting pastoralist people. Other products, apart from pastoral products, which we have been doing, because we are insurance companies, are products like motor vehicle insurances. That is one of our general insurance products. We do also fire and burglary. We do goods in transit. We do professional indemnity. We do money and fidelity guarantee. Because in pastoralists, we know this area, most of our community are pastoralist communities, but we have also professionals who are owning other big assets, like houses, like vehicles. So apart from helping them to maintain their daily livelihood, like that of livestock, we also give them support on this other side by making sure these people, other than livestock, they are also taking care of other products which they have. So unless you have questions, I think those are the products which we currently have. And our office is situated here next to CDN Bank, Isiolo County. It is the only underwriter which is currently in Isiolo County. So we welcome you. I know he's one of our clients. He has been supporting us very closely. So he knows also about the livestock product. We've been in his office. In fact, even on livestock side, he's our client also. So you are most welcome. We always welcome you to our office. Feel free to come in there and talk to us more. Thank you.
Thank you. I think what I can comment here is that this is a good job, first, because it's one of a very unique risk you are undertaking. My question is, on the commercial side, commercial cover, how is the premium? Premium which is paid by the livestock owners. Is it paid once or is it paid yearly? Just a bit explain that process a little bit.
Thank you. So in terms of premium, we normally pay annually, that is once per year. So when we open the window, because in a year we normally open window twice, that is January, February, up to March, then August, September, October. So that opened window you can buy insurance and you pay your premium annually. So on premium, we normally cost, maybe we give a premium as per head of maybe a cattle, camel, sheep or a goat. So for a goat or a sheep it's the same, so we normally charge 264 shillings per year. 200? Yes, per head. Per year, per head. So 264 shillings. For a cattle, we charge 2,642 shillings per head per year. For a camel, we charge 3,698 per camel. So that's our rate, and that's you pay yearly once. Then you are insured against 2 droughts now. So 2 seasons, I think, I'm saying, 2 potential seasons, yes. So if those both 2 seasons come, normally we give a trigger, which is based on the forage scarcity, which is out of 100%. If your forage level becomes or goes down 20 percentile, that's when payout trigger is out now. That's when we pay. But if it's above 20 and above, then you are not eligible for that payout that particular season. So you can pay once, but you can benefit twice. So that is the best part of that product. Thank you.
Labda niulize swali moja tu. Kuna hii program ya CLIP ilikuwa inakuwa funded na serikali. When it was being contracted to CPA, that transaction was very smooth. Lakini baadaye wakati ilirudi kwenu kulikuwa na shida kidogo. Kwanza hii payout ya 21,000, nusu ya watu walipata, nusu wengine ilipotelea hivi. So what do you tell kuhusu hilo?
Hello? Let me answer about the clip because I'm the one usually dealing with the clip in Nairobi. So what happened when you get numbers of beneficiaries from the ground, some from Isiolo, Kinau, Garbatula, Gafarsa, Sericho, those names they told us to pay through M-Pesa. Others they have bank, they gave us the bank details and then they told us to write a check. So the guys who got the payment was the guys who gave us the account number. So we wrote the check. But in terms of the guys who they have back and forth are the guys who gave us their phone number. So we partner with Safaricom in terms of the bulk payment, so that when it's we pay 100 million within 1 hour, within a clip of a second, we partner with Safaricom. They put all the numbers in their system. So what they do, they validate. They run all those numbers in their system. When the ID, maybe Bishar Mohammed, my ID is different because I registered using my father's ID, then it highlights red. So that money will not go to you. because they say the ID is different from the beneficiary. So as you know, our pastoralists usually register with my father, my mom ID or something like that. So that money didn't went for those beneficiaries. So what we did, we contacted the livestock desk officer, Isiolo here. I think he's my friend. He was here. Yeah, he was here. So I told him, even because I myself, we sign a contract that even if I come to Isiolo now, and maybe I know you are in my system, I cannot able to change your name, because that's a contract. They told me don't change anything until you get information from desk officer, then to livestock office in Nairobi, then they bring to me. So that was the issue. We send the names to livestock officer, then to go around to Gafarsa, Kina, those areas to give us numbers. When they bring again the numbers, we run the system through Safaricom, then it's highlighted red. Maybe the number is not matching the ID and the name. So unless ID, name, and the telephone number match, then that money goes. So that was the issue. But if we could have been guided and given the bank account for all of them, then we could have paid. Yeah. Thank you.
Maybe I just want to highlight something small about that. The only challenge we have, it's not that the careful, we don't pay. Your money, when it is staying there, even for 2 years, 3 years to come, it is yours. We cannot be able to consume that money because it is in account. The only challenge is when we don't have the correct data from maybe that livestock desk officer. Because CLIP insurance, we are not the one now insuring those people. We don't know even them. We've just received the name from the livestock people, and we were told, pay this one. So you can imagine when we have your name, but your account number is wrong. Like for example, I've returned more than 21 checks to our head office, just because when they are, you see these people are very innocent, they don't know anything about checks. They are taking to banks, but you find that the first name is, for example, Niaki Abdiaziz, the second name is not even this. So what will happen? Bank cannot accept. So they are returning to us. We tried to help them. I've sent more than 21 checks to our head office, and we're expecting it very soon. They have already been rectified. So if you know 1 or 2 people who have such complaints, kindly direct it to our office.
Thank you. I think it goes out.
This is the report. I mean, you this group, the half of us in products, engineering, yote imefikia nafasi kutrainiwa na hata tunakutia training hapa wetu hapa na yote tunafuatilia kulingana na sheria. Kisha hii group ilianza na wazee sana, anawajua wote they are over 50 and above, na wakaendelea hapa chini ndio walianza kuishi sasa sababu wao pia wamezeeka zaidi, kutembea imekuwa shida, kwenda kama audit imekuwa shida, kwenda kwa pesa imekuwa shida, kufuatana na certificate kama za renew certificate kama za imekuwa ni shida kwa sababu we don't have that office here in Isiolo. So what flexible this is tumepeleka samples na test, wakaona consistency ile ilikuwa ya kwanza, bado ni healthy for human consumption. Na bado sisi tunafanya marketing ya all these products. Tunaenda ono kama kimo, tumefanya mpaka production people from Southern Sudan.
Yeah, demand is very, very high, extremely high. But the problem we have is the access, the availability of the raw meat. Because unakuta kama saa hii tunavita hii ngamia zinahamishwa from this area to another area. Mbali wake pia takes time. Kuna watu ambao kawaida iko na moshi. Sasa kuna watu wanapenda sana kunywa, lakini hiyo ladha ya moshi hawataki. So hiyo pia imekuwa one of our challenge, ndio bado tunapatana nayo hadi wa sasa. Like tumepata order ya almost 200 liters ya kupeleka Nairobi, but tumeambiwa tunataka maziwa ambayo haina smoke, so ndio tunajaribu kutafuta mbinu ile tunaweza kupata maziwa. Once we get that, tukiweza kupeleka 200 liters Nairobi, bado hiyo 200 liters itapanda. Next tutafika mpaka 500 hata 1000 liters. But then ili tufike hapo pia tungeomba kusaidia wenu as a county, as a leaders sana, tuweze kusaidia pale kama hapo, tuweze kupata maziwa ambayo haina smoke. Smoke inawekwa ili tu kuzuia maziwa isiharibike kutoka huko kwa kichaka mpaka pale kwa familia. But tukipata usaidizi kama bike kadhaa ama alori ya kula iweze kuwa inaenda kuleta huku, sisi tunachukua
kuna kula
hapa tu town. We own the land.
Normally mnapata hiyo kiasi.
No, for now ni chache.
Tunapata like 2000 liters and 1500.
After ile kiangazi mvua ilinyesha, ngamia walinona, walipata mimba. So ngamia wengi sasa hivi wamezaa. Bado hawajafika maziwa imeachwa watoto wadogo wale damu. So tunaongoja miezi kadhaa ipite, ndio sasa ile maziwa sasa ndio ianze kuwa milk, alafu ndio sasa. Tunatumia mitungi ile tu ya maji kutoka kwa bush mpaka hapa town.
So, and the production line does hygiene check.
Hygiene check. We have every equipment. First of all, what we test for, maziwa ikifika kabla ingie ndani ya factory, tunachukua kwanza, tuko na alcohol gun ya test mastitis. We test mastitis na magonjwa mengine from the camel. So if we found out that hiyo maziwa iko na mastitis, hiyo mwingine kwa kando kabisa, then we take another one and we use a different instrument. Si ile tu moja bali tunapima, tukiona hiyo iko sawa, it is put aside. That alcohol gun the silver one. And then we have a lactometer. This is lactometer. So this is lactometer. Kazi hii, first thing, tulipotrainiwa kutengeneza yogurt, we were told that what we need to observe always is the consistency of making this product. So tukaambiwa msijaribu, kwa sababu kuna siku mtafika mtakuwa na high demand such that tutajulikana all over Kenya. Haifanyi hata hivi hapo labda distance hapo ama ni sauti yangu, hapana, kama ni hiyo signal. Hello. Wakati mtafika like KCC, sasa hizi mjatawaka Farmers Cooperative. Tukianza tufike like KCC ama Mount Kenya, kwa kampuni kubwa kiasi, kuna watu ingia tamaa wanaongeza yogurt kama hii, inaongeza maji. So tukaamua msijaribu kufanya hivyo. Na farmers pia wanafikiria huyu jamaa anachukulia maziwa mingi sana, mtu ametumwa anaongeza maji kwa ile mtungi. Akiongeza maji kikuja mimi nikiona naona it's 5 liters. So without testing utampatia ile pesa. But when I make my product na siku test ile maziwa kama iko na maji, hiyo product haitatoka na ile consistency imezoea nayo. So my customers will start doubting me na watanitoroka. So this lactometer, ukiletewa yale maziwa, just weka hata kwa jug, alafu tumbukiza ndani. Ukitumbukiza ndani, it needs to float. It needs to float right. So ikisink mpaka ifike hapa juu, to means that hiyo mtungi imeongezwa maji. It is specially made for that. So tukiona kuna maji hivyo pia, we set the mtungi aside. Hatutumia hata hiyo. Tunapatia ule farmer, tunamwambia maziwa yako tutaki umeongeza maji, kisha mpaka ukimfanya hivyo mara ya kwanza, hakuna siku atakuletea maziwa na maji tena, because anajua you have everything to test it. That milk is safe, that milk has been added water.
Umepata certification ya
Yes, initially tulikuwa tumepata already, but since COVID started, everything stopped. Biashara zote zilisimama. So hata mwaka ukapita, ile certificate ikakuwa expired. But then after it resumed hivi, the first thing we did was to renew the certificate. It has been renewed. Now, right now, it is certified. Even tomorrow when you come here, utapata tumepanga zote. Actually, we've gone for a lot of trainings concerning this product you see here, because ni muhimu sana kwa kwetu sisi tupate kila mafunzo kuhusu hizi vitu, kwa sababu this is not a shoe, this is not a shirt, this is not a cloth wear. Ni kitu ambayo mtu anakula na inaweza dhuru mtu, inaweza ua mtu. So ndio tumepitia training zote, we've been certified. So hii training zote kama huyu dadangu hapa, her name is Leila Adam. The last 2 months alikuwa Naivasha, and she was there for 3 weeks, and she was undergoing a training by the Kenya Dairy Boards, and she has a certificate. Ni vile tulikuja mbio mbio tulikuwa tumechelewa akaisahau, but tomorrow we find it here. So hata Dairy Board wameturecognize na tuko na potential customers, tuko na very high demand. Chenye tunaomba sasa ni county pia watusaidie ndio tuweze kufika kwenye.
Thank you very much.
Now, there's a problem. Do they have tests for residue testing for antibiotics? Because almost every sheep, every cow gets antamycin. So this termination now and termination, and everyone is injected.
Yes.
And there are very clear instructions on the documentation on the RTU. Instruction for use, IFU. Yes. That even on the medicine it's written, don't take it the meat. For this number of even 3 months, some of them.
Yes, we do that actually.
How do you is it a belief that this farmer is giving you a real thing?
No.
How do you do
actually, when I say that we even use that alcohol gun to test for mastitis. Let's say this brother here is the one bringing me the milk from his camel. Once we test that milk and we find out that it has mastitis, we even help that farmer. He might not know that that particular
about mastitis. Mastitis is the one of the that or not that. But everyone, if they it has a so many.
We have
is there residue testing? Antibiotic residue testing.
What do we call it?
That this animal is on antibiotic.
Kwa hapana tuna hiyo, but we used to tell the farmers wakikamua kama wamedunga sindano za antibiotic tunawaambia hivyo.
There is something called residue testing.
Now,
antibiotic residue testing.
This young man here, his name is Hassan. Our milk is the one, even his motorbike, it's over there. Our milk, mimi mwenyewe binafsi ndio anaenda kule kwa bush, anahakikisha imetolewa kwa the right camel ambaye haijadungwa masindano, haina ugonjwa wote, anabeba analeta. We do that because hatuwezi amini wanabiashara just like that kama mjetoka na mbali. So for that to happen, we have kuchanga pesa si wenyewe, tukanunua pikipiki. Kazi yetu sasa mimi na huyu dada ni kufanya market na kutengeneza product na kuuza. Yeye anakimbia, ana make sure that the camels zile mbolea zinatoka ndani ni safe, alafu anakuja nayo kwa kaunti.
Asanteni basi.
Under SBC, social behavior change, we have a number of thematic areas that we are promoting as the Department of Veterinary Services and Livestock. And one of them is animal health technology. Then we have milk hygiene, handling and preservation. Then animal feeding. We have promotion of animal source foods, and probably how people can join comparatives and marketing to assess the benefit that comes with the societies. And animal health technology, probably what we are doing is promoting animal breeding. And because as per the traditions and the community and the culture beliefs of the community of Isiolo, currently is not viable. But what we would be advising the community at large is we do what we are calling cross-breeding. And cross-breeding is just using our local breeds, the Borana bull, the Gala goat, with exotic bulls and exotic eagles that probably the Sanen, the Toggenberg, that can come on the bone, do the crossbreeding, and the end product only be animals that will be having high productivity in terms of milk, meat, maturity rate at early age, and somehow resistance to diseases, and also assessing the market for these crossbreeds would be higher because they will have other advantages compared to the local breeds. And animal technology, that's disease management for the improved stocks. We thought there are those basic technologies that we can impact the farmer, the hunter, and the livestock keepers. And this would be like deworming. And when we are talking about deworming, we tell them we have two range of dewormers. That we have the Albendaso brand and the Levamiso brand. The Albendaso brand comes in 10% and 2%, 2.5%. And when you are doing the branding, it's advisable that you keep interchanging these drugs because of the range of worms that differs. Specific types of drugs takes care of specific types of worms, and that's why we advise our farmers to use different dewormers, and they must be interchanged with the times. If this time you use albendazole, next time we advise you use levamisole, so that you take care of all the type of worms. These are drenching guns that you can calibrate depending with probably the weight of your animals. It's calibrated from 5, 10, 15, 20, and 30. When you are deworming mass numbers, you don't need to use a syringe where you keep probably going back to the nini, but you can just improvise this and have the pipe on the bottle, and then you just calibrate and deworm the animals. Then the other one for the basic of the farmer is an disinfectant for wound management. We have realized that animals at times they get wounds, and there is no need of a vet or a technical person just to move all the way to Chari to manage a wound. These are techniques that we can teach our farmers. You clean your wounds with hydrogen peroxide is a disinfectant. You wash and clean them, and then they will heal automatically. The other technology would be vector management. Vector management, we have two range of vector management. We have what we call insecticides. This comes in terms of in forms of a form. These forms have an illustrated procedure on how they are used. Just a pound where you apply across the back of the animal, and it automatically spread in the whole animal. And there is a confusion between the insecticides and the acaricides. These are specifically for biting flies. To use for biting flies, but our farmers tend to use this one for the control of ticks. These are meant for the control of biting flies, especially flies that transmit trypanosomiasis. We have the acaricides. Acaricides mainly comes in form of constitution. These acaricides have high concentration and they need to be reconstituted in a spray pump, so that once you apply, these are meant specifically to control the ticks that transmit the heartwater, East Coast fever, babesiosis, anaplasmosis, and all range of tick-borne diseases. These ones probably is simple technique to train our producers. This is for testing mastitis. This is called California mastitis test cup, and as you can see, it has quarters. These are the 4 quarters of a cat or a camel. You just describe before you do any milking. Initial stages is to milk each quarter into a specific cup. Then you use the test. You just have to pour. After you stripe the first stripe of the milk, you just hand small reagent into the cup. Then you churn. You just shake kidogo. If there are some clots, tells you this is mastitis. And we have several stages of mastitis, the acute mastitis that can be recognized through observation, because the under will be swollen, milk will be rendent. You'll have if you milk the cat or the camel, you'll have pus. But at the subclinical mastitis, it's quite difficult to tell through observation, but it can be detected when you are using California mastitis test cup. Once you stripe, you want some reagent, you churn, and then you form some clot will be formed in this. Once you realize that 1 quarter is infected, you just milk that quarter and then throw the milk from that quarter away. But for the 3 quarters that are not infected, you can consume the milk from that quarter. Rather than once, if you don't test for mastitis and you milk the animal whole the whole quarter, if 1 quarter is infected, you end up throwing the entire milk. Whereas you could have saved the 3 quarter and throw 1 quarter milk. This is called alpha test for the milk, to test the somatic cells, especially now. If you need to test mastitis at the milking time, and you happen to have all the milk infected and uninfected, it has some harmful inside it. You collect some milk here, and then you pour through these 2 holes. This one will produce the milk, and this one will produce the alcohol. If you say equal volumes of milk and alcohol, if you mix if it has somatic cells for the mastitis, it will clot, and it will tell you this milk is not fine for either processing, for consumption, for production of yogurt. It won't harmonize to produce the yogurt. Then we have these other drugs. There are some drugs required by Kenya veterinary board for using at the farm level, like galamicin. These are simple for the management of the bite, the dog bite, the animal bite. Generally, wounds can be managed by galamicin. Then we have the stop bloat, especially during the rainy seasons when these animals consume the larger grasses. They tend to bloat. And if you don't do this one at your home, you end up losing some animals. But at 5% of this, you can save an animal or a goat. You just pick 5%. Once it has bloated, swallows, and the bloat disappears. This is Epsom salt, still for the bloat. When they ingest whole grains, you just use the Epsom salt to relieve the bloat. This is copper sulfate for the foot rot, especially during the rains. You understand animals, how they suffer the foot rot. You just clean, you just reconstitute in a karai, in a basin, and then you give the animals food into those, and then they will clean the bacteria there. And this is a cool box, especially for carrying the vaccine. You know we have a wide range of vaccines for the livestock, ranging from small stock, for camel, for cattle, and for poultry. And then these are the gloves just for ensuring that you are protected from contamination. Thank you. We have any questions?
Wimbo wa taifa, alafu pia naomba shehe wangu asongelee karibu.
Amani kote, Afrika yote, amani kote, Isiolo dunia yote, amani kote, Afrika yote, amani kote, Isiolo dunia yote. Tade, 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 ati. Tade. Ati, tade. Tena upendo, tena upendo, tena takendo skendo, chuki maskendo, chuki kama kendo, zaman, kizidishe aman, atire, zaman, kizidishe aman, amani kote, Afrika yote, amani kote, Isiolo dunia yote, amani kote, Afrika yote, amani kote, Isiolo dunia yote.
Asante sana Turkana dancers. Asante sana, energy iko nzuri sana. Sasa ningeomba tafadhali Borana dancers mkuje tutumbuishe kidogo. Borana dancers tafadhali. Borana dancers. Karibuni sana Borana dancers. Wapi makofi ya Borana dancers? Borana dancers tafadhali.
wana wauguzi wengi muhimu, tuota wauguzi umetujengea, ni furaha iliyojaa kaunti yetu. Eko gavana kujali afya yetu, ni furaha iliyojaa kaunti yetu. Eko gavana kujali afya yetu. Masajili wageni waheshimiwa, karibuni kwa hafla yetu ya leo, sherehe ya ufunguzi wa miradi yaliyofanywa na gavana Kuti, sherehe ya ufunguzi wa miradi yaliyofanywa na gavana Kuti.
huccuftiti walii galle soko jarranni nu huccuftiti walii galle yoo horiin gabbaate nu huccufti hin gambadna yoo horiin alaate nami cufti hin alaata tokkummaa jabeessa gumiiteen Isiolo kauntiin teenna tokkummaa jabeessa Isiolo kauntiin cufti teenna nama saha kenna gumiiteen galchumii nagaya nama saha kenna gumiiteen galchumii nagaya olmantiin badada wawaddoon fayyuma nagenni badada olichi kiyya gabbaate oriinaaru gabbaate Isiolo kauntii takka taane tokkummaa jabeessa tokkummaan teennin jabeenna tokkummaa jabeessa tokkummaan teennin jabeenna harka wal qabanna jireen keenya Isiolo barbaanna orii yaa gabbaate nuun cufti yaa gammanne oriin keenya gabbaate nuun cufti yaa gammanne tokkummaa laallanna garii keenya sokko cufti kana jaarooleen teentaana tokkummaa ka sokko yaano itti wal qabanna waan cufa wal qarqarru ojamu chamba mala dirotiyya ka wal qarqarru tokkummaa kee qabna tokkummaan teen jabeen kenna asante sana asante sana anda subal nyando tu langa ba marora gandai nungu sama ise yergereban subadi madaranya gandai ai budulu kanjare andenya go mai se yosongolo madere do yalamrani al mare da demishe asante sana Asante sana Samburu dancers.
Yeah. Asante sana. CS Dr. Ahmed Gagalo, our speaker, CEC, all honorable members who are present, all protocols observed. Ningependa kushukuru sana USAID Kenya Livestock Market System, tunashukuru kuja kwenu. Ningependa kumkaribisha Bwana George Wamae ambaye ni specialist market wa system market specialist kutoka Nairobi. Mwenzangu tafadhali akuje tu kwa ufupi awaambie kuhusu yale kazi tunafanya, kwa nini leo tuko hapa, ndio tu direct tukaribishe wakuu wetu katika county, ndio tufupishe muda. Asante, karibu.
Hamjambo nyote. Habari ya mchana wafugaji. Bwana County Secretary Dr. Ahmed, our speaker, CCs are present, chief officers, directors na wageni wote waalikwa na watu wenye tunashirikiana na wao. Hamjambo. Ni furaha kuu kuwa hapa kati yenu ili tuweze kuendeleza kazi ya ufugaji katika kaunti yetu ya Isiolo. Na sisi kama mradi wa Livestock Market System tunajivunia kuwa kati ya wenye wamechangia katika hii kaunti. Hii kazi ni ushirikiano ya wale wote tumekuwa nao. Tuweze nizungumze kwa dakika moja tu. Kwa nini tuko hapa? Lengo yetu ya leo, kwa nini tuko hapa? Tuko hapa ili tuweze kuendelesha kazi ya usambazaji wa ujumbe kuhusu ufugaji katika kaunti yetu yote ya Isiolo. Hii kazi imefadhiliwa na wafadhili kutoka USA na sana sana kwa ushirikiano wa karibu na County Government of Isiolo. Asante Bwana County Secretary kukuwa mmoja wetu na kuendelesha hii kazi. We all appreciate ile kazi yote imefanywa na kwa hiyo shirika. Leo tunataka kufanya kitu inaitwa media launch, na hapa ni ili tuweze sisi wote tunaweza kupata ujumbe mawaidha kuhusu ufugaji. Lengo kuu hasa kwa hii social behavior campaign katika Isiolo County ili sisi wote tuweze kubadili mila na desturi zetu na njia zenye tunafuga. Na hiyo ndio lengo kuu sana siku ya leo, ili sisi wote tuweze kuwa tunapata ujumbe kwa pamoja. Sana sana lengo kuu hasa sisi siku ya leo ni kwa wote wafugaji wetu kutoka maeneo yote ya Isiolo County. Hii ujumbe si hapa Isiolo peke yake, but katika hizo kaunti zingine za Marsabit, majirani zenu, katika Wajir, katika Garissa, Turkana, wote hii ujumbe itakuwa ikisaba kwa pamoja. I think sisi wote tunajua njia za venye kiangazi imetuathiri na venye hiyo yote inasababisha katika kazi yetu za ufugaji. Jinsi venye tumekuwa tukipata pato letu zimekuwa zikipungua. So katika mradi yetu ya RMS tuliona ni vipi tunaweza changia ili tuweze kukua tunakuwa kwa njia ya kisasa. So today is just basically launching that phase of the social behavior campaign so that we can be able to disseminate information, to be able to share technologies that wafugaji wetu wataweza kutumia. Na kwa kifupi hayo tu ndio tulikuwa nayo kwa leo ili tuweze kuanzisha mradi ya leo, na ni kazi tunaendeleza. Penye tumesimama ni baadhi ya kazi zilizofanyika na wote wenye wako hapa katika hiki kikao wameshuhudia ile kazi tumefanya. Tuzidi kukua pamoja, sisi wote tuweze kuimarika, jamii zetu zikue na familia zote zikue. Asanteni sana. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Bwana George, ametuambia ni kwa nini tuko hapa leo. Sisi kama USAID Kenya Livestock Market System ni kushukuru county yetu. County yetu imeshirikiana na USAID na wakaweza kutujengea soko 5 katika Isiolo. Na moja yao ni Isiolo Livestock Market System ambao viongozi wao wako hapa. Tupigie tafadhali county yetu na USAID makofi. Asante sana. Soko 5 kama hii kule Merti, Oldonyiro, Escort, Duse, soko 5 kama hii. Na county yetu tunashukuru sana Bwana CS na wa CC Livestock. County yetu imeweza kupitisha ukishirikiana na USAID Livestock Policy, na wameweza kupitisha Rangeland Management Policy, na wameweza kupitisha tena Sales Yard and Act Regulation 2021. Hiyo ni kitu yenye itaendeleza sustainability ya market yetu katika Isiolo. Ongera county yetu, ongera viongozi wetu, mkishirikiana USAID umeweza kusaidia jamii yetu. Katika Isiolo County kupitia USAID na kupitia county yetu tunafanya na different cooperatives kama 8 ambao wanaendeleza hii kazi ya livestock value chain. Umeyaona maziwa yogurt kule, umeyaona jamii yetu wakitengeneza nyiri, wengine wengine wakiendelea kuona hii opportunities yenye iko katika county yetu. Na tunashukuru sana county government wakishirikiana na USA wanasomesha washikadau wengi na pia hata jamii yetu wanaoongoza hapa, local leaders, LMS, Livestock Market Associations, ambao wana manage soko zetu. So lengo letu kuu tukishirikiana na county ni ku strengthen system, kutembea na county na kutembea na jamii yetu ili wakaweze kushinda hii ugumu ambao unaletwa na drought na hii jangwa na changamoto mbalimbali. Kwa ufupi, tunashukuru sana county yetu, kweli tunayajua mpangilio mko nayo na tayari abattoir iko karibu kukua complete, na bado tunaona mkitafutia market kule nje, na sisi kama shirika kupitia USA tuna link hawa farmers yetu na wanabiashara kwa those opportunities. Ndio leo mmeona tuko na Takaful, tuko na FAO, tuko na Youth Fund, tuko na Women Enterprise. Hii yote ni nafasi ya kulink jamii yetu na wafugaji kwa hii services. Tuko na mpangilio kwenda mbele, kwenda Merti, kwenda Oldonyiro, kwenda Garbatula kuhakikisha hii information imefika kwa jamii yetu. Kwa ufupi, county yetu, ongera, umetupatia nafasi mzuri ya kufanya kazi vizuri. Tunawashukuru sana. Kwa sababu ya muda, thank you.
Asante sana Mr. Ture, our County Secretary, Dr. Hamed Galgaro, our Speaker, Honorable Goricha, our CCs around, our friend and a close friend, Mr. Simon Muli, the Deputy Chief of Party of LMS. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? Habari zenu. Assalamu alaikum. Kwa majina naitwa Lucy Kaburu. Mimi ndio Chief Officer Trade, Cooperative, Industrialization and Enterprise Development in Isiolo County. Asante sana kwa huu muda. Tunashukuru Mungu. Pia tunashukuru our partner and our supporter, the USAID. Asanteni sana USAID for the great opportunity that you've given to our county. Tafadhali pigieni USAID makofi. We have a history in Isiolo County about USAID, the support, starting from the ground that we are. This market was built by the Rigo AG, which was supported by the USAID. It is one of the model market in our Isiolo County among many. So tuko na nafasi na wakati wa kuwashukuru wafadhili wetu kwa msaada ambao wamepea Isiolo County, na si msaada wa siku moja. It is not a one touch event, it is not a one touch activities. It is a sustainable project which they have given our county, and we've seen it change the livelihood of our community. Moli na the rest of the LMS, please take our gratitude and appreciation to USAID. Also, in a special way, I would like to thank the team of LMS and USAID fraternity for working so close with us. Wame to support, and they are actually like a team in our county department. Asanteni sana. And thirdly, I would really like to appreciate our government, me included, my government, our government. Asante sana serikali yetu, starting from the governor, our excellency Dr. Kuti, for giving us an enabling environment even to work with these partners. Bwana CS, we know the role that you play in that county. Thank you so much. If it is not for your efforts, we couldn't be hosting these partners. They couldn't have been working so close with that and giving us the growth they are giving us to the county and our communities. Thank you so much. Take our appreciation to the governor. Actually, I'm very proud talking of my governor because he is also one of the winning in the awards that is going on, the Gara Awards for peace. Do we have peace in Isiolo? Thank you, our governor, together with CS and the assembly, for giving us such an environment. Now I know our speaker of the county assembly is around, because if I go to thanks, especially my department, the trade and cooperative department, we've really achieved so much through this program. But shortly, because of the time, you see our honorable speaker is around with us. He has gotten time from his busy schedule to be with us. I will invite him to just greet us and say a few words before he goes to other assignment. He's very busy in the assembly and he was required at 1. So our honorable speaker, welcome, and we really appreciate you for walking the journey with us, for being a team that you are to our county and all our programs. Welcome, Mr. Speaker.
The CECs who are here, chief officers, members of county assembly, development partners, Takaful, ENDA, FAO, Women Enterprise, Youth Enterprise Development Fund, Kenya Meat Commission, na cooperative societies, especially I would also say special recognition to SID representative here. Naelekea bunge saa hii nataka kusema chache kwa vile leo ni mfugaji. Leo ndio ningejua maneno ya insurance ya Takafuli, nimejua leo. Sikuwa nadhani nilikuwa nadhani ni mchezo, lakini nashukuru mumenielimisha na kuanzia tutakuja maneno ya kuishia ng'ombe zangu. Just on this particular issue, I also take this opportunity to thank the County Assembly of Isiolo. It is the first county assembly in Kenya, the first county assembly out of 47 in this country that has passed the livestock sale regulation and policy. The first one, not 6 like the gender policy. So we have also done rangeland management policy. We have also done the sector plan for 2018-2027. Hongera kwa county assembly. I know wameambiwa mambo mengi, and these are plans. This is what institution must do. And I also thank the county government for preparing the document on time. The issue probably that we have to look into is the topic of today is very important. Ni behavioral changes, kubadilisha namna ambayo tunachunga ng'ombe yetu ama mbuzi yetu ama ngamia yetu. So there are things I think we have to educate our people. It is very there is a link to the market of the livestock product. We have to look at that and see our position, how we are performing in terms of linking up. I think we have a long way to go to achieve a level where we are able to compete with international market for our livestock product in terms of meat, in terms of milk, in terms of skin. This is an area we have to focus. The issue is, for example, while Kenya is only 4 hours flight to Dubai or to the Middle East, which has the highest consumption of meat in the world, Australia is 12 hours flight, and and Brazil is like 22 hours flight from Brazil and Argentina to Middle East. But our meat, our production is not competitive because I think we failed miserably in terms of managing our livestock production. From the time mnyama inazaliwa inatakikana iwe na kadi ile kama ya watoto wakizaliwa, ile ya mtoaje ile inajazwa clinic. We are supposed to have, so that you follow up from the time of production to the time to the market, how these animals have been treated, so that when they buy, there is something called food chain. HACCP is called high critical care point at the level throughout, when the meat leaves the production site to the consumption site. These are areas that we have to focus. And then that goes on also in terms of livestock. Vile tunachunga wanyama yetu, lazima tuangalie ile mambo ya rangeland policy. Wakati ya zamani kulikuwa mpango ya wanyama inatakikana uwe upande hii wakati kunanyesha, wakati ile ingine inakuwa upande ile ingine. Hii lazima tupange kwa vile, so that when we are going taken to the market, we know which animals are coming to the market this time. The one yani ile imetoka chari
ile imetoka upande ya Galan, kuna ile imetoka upande ile Omar ya Matasaden huko kwetu, na labda upande mwingine hapa hapa Leparwa inaitwa nini, Sirgo. You know that this animal is going to get ile wazimu ya mbuzi. So that if you know this, you know what is coming to the market. These are areas that we have to focus, the CEC for agriculture. Since we have done the plan, the strategic plan for 2018-2017, these are some of the details we have to look into. Then the other thing is the market protection. Saizi nashukuru Rais Uhuru Kenyatta. Kenya Meat Commission imekuwa chini ya jeshi. Na saizi kila mtu anapeleka ng'ombe yake KMC. Lakini wafugaji wale wako mbali hawana habari hata. Kuna brokers wako kwa town ambayo wanachukua ng'ombe yao, hawaelezi bei ya ng'ombe huko KMC, hapa wanachukua na bei kidogo alafu wanaenda kuuza bei nyingi. Mfugaji hana habari. So kwa hivyo at those levels, those cooperative farms must be at the point where the animals are rather than in this market, so that the farmers can come together, wapeleke market directly to KMC. The other issue is our market. Probably our county secretary, this is very important. Our market is free. There is no control of the market alone. We don't charge taxes for animals which come from Mandera, from Moyale, from Ethiopia. Wakati ng'ombe ya Ethiopia inaletwa kutoka hapa, ng'ombe yetu haina bei. Zinawekwa hapa jioni, unauza na bei yote inapotea. So kwa hivyo in terms of control, market control, we must at the entry point of the county, we must look at and see that we charge, so that people just don't come. This is a free market for everyone. Kwa vile vijana wanachunga ng'ombe, msishikwe baya, mnajua wakati huo mnapata faida, lakini ile mfugaji anachunga ng'ombe yenyewe apate faida. Kwa vile akitoa ng'ombe yake kutoka Merita ama Sericho, akilala Isiolo hapa na nala lodge, ng'ombe yake anaweka kwa shamba wa watu, analipishwa, ili Ethiopia ikikuja inanunua na 7,000 inauzwa the whole day. Sasa wanapoteza. Sasa nataka kusema ni kiborani, because most of them are coming from there. Wanasema yani amurina galgal kanam bei furaga tere ngurgura. You just throw it out. These are some of the things we have to look into in the market affairs. Then in terms of also supporting the cottage industry, I think we have a lot of nutritional activities in the country through the county through the donors kama Nawiri, kama Department of Livestock. Maybe when probably we look at our budget and see whether this milk could be distributed to the local schools. Kama ECD hivi. Hii milk, hii maziwa ya gamia ni dawa. So you can imagine in the nutritional program, instead of buying chemicals, you know, they call the tablets or the capsules from out, you can probably give a child the camel milk in form of yogurt. These are some of the things how we help the farmers. With those few remarks, and our shukuru, na donors, our time for the government is over. We are not very sure when we are coming back. But in the event that I remain in the leadership of the county, in the event that I'll remain, you know, I'm running for senator in 2022. In the event that I remain in the leadership of the county, that linkage to the market access, and partners in form of partnership and developing cottage industries is an area that we are going to focus. Asanteni sana.
As a government, we work together with the assembly and is always available in everything that we require. Thank you so much, Bwana Speaker. Usalimiani assembly. Now, hapa tuko ni mahali pa kuna administration, tuko na wenyeji wa hapa. Tuliduka kidogo because we wanted to create some space and time for speaker so that he can go and do other errands. Namkaribisha our chief Bwana Said. Hapa kuna wenyewe, si ndio? This is also national government and we work together with the national government to achieve all our objectives. Karibu sana Bwana Siad.
Bismillah. Our County Secretary, Dr. Ahmed Galgalo, all protocols observed, wazee, akina mama, vijana, Assalamu alaikum. Amjambo. Poleni, program imekuwa mrefu, tumeweka nyinyi wakati wa sala na lunch, lakini tutajaribu kufupisha. Yangu ni kwa majina naitwa Siad Isaac Hassan, mimi ndio assistant chief wa hapa. Kazi yetu kubwa, kwanza kabla sijasema kazi yangu, nataka kushukuru Regal AG, County Government ya Isiolo pamoja na Livestock Management System LMS. Tumekuwa accommodated kwa hii soko. Tuko na ofisi ya chief just behind me. Tumejengewa na Regal AG wakati walikuwa wanajenga hii soko. Tumejengewa manyumba ya askari. Tuko na askari 9 wakiongozwa na koblo 2 na constable 7. Kazi yetu kubwa hapa ni kuweka security katika hii soko. Kando na ile kuweka security katika manyata yetu ambayo tunawakilisha, tunaweka security katika hii soko. Mostly hii soko tunakuwa na mabrokers wengi. Kuna saa nyingine mgogoro kati ya mabrokers na wenye wanaleta mfugo, tunatatua hapa. Saa nyingine unajua hii county yetu ni county ya mostly tunakuanga na cattle rustling. Ile mfugo zinaibiwa huko zote zinakuja saa zingine hapa inapatikana na mtu mwingine. Tunajaribu kutatua shida kama hizo hapa. Ile kazi nyingine ni kuletanisha Livestock Marketing Association ambaye wanasimamia hii soko, maendelezi ya hii soko. Saa nyingine hawa wenyewe ni binadamu wanagongana, tunajaribu kuletanisha na kuleta suluhu. Yangu ni hayo tu. Niko na machief kutoka eneo lingine. Niko na senior chief Chuchu kutoka Waso. Niko na assistant chief ya Wabera, Chief Joshua. Niko na assistant chief, senior assistant chief kutoka Mwangaza, Chief Kanja. Niko na assistant chief kutoka Kiwanjani, Kadhunkumi. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Okay, kwa majina naitwa Dr. Lawrence Mongela. I'm the CC for Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. Our chief guest today, Dr. Ahmed Galogalo, Deputy Chief of Wate, Simon Moli, the chiefs present, colleagues, all invited guests. Habari zenu? Kama unaniona niinulie mkono jameni. Habari zenu? Tuko na furaha leo kuwa tunakuja kulaunch social behavior change campaign katika Isiolo yetu. Hii mradi tulikuwa tunaiongojea na mradi iko na pesa mingi na tunafikiri hii mradi itasaidia hata local media houses na wale watu wote ambaye wanahusika kuendeleza kuchange mawaidha na kueleza vile mifugo inaweza kuendelezwa kwenda level nyingine. Ya kwanza ni kusema LMS, Livestock Market System, ambayo inafadhiliwa na USAID. Tumefanya kazi mingi sana na hawa, na moja ya wale kazi tumefanya ni kuzuia magonjwa ya mifugo. Kama mnakumbuka mwaka uliopita kulikuwa na ugonjwa wa Rift Valley Fever ambayo ilikuwa inaua watu huko upande ya Rusaboru na mifugo, na hiyo ugonjwa tukafanya pamoja na tukaiangamisha. Ya pili kuna masiwa ya ngamia, value chain. Masiwa ya ngamia kama ile vikundi unaona kama Anolei, Tawakalo na zile zingine wanasaidia value chain ya masiwa ya ngamia. Pia wanasaidia upande ya feedlot. Kuna feedlot moja imetengenezwa hapa ya nguvu ambayo mifugo wakati kuna ukame inaweza kuwekwa pale, inanona na inapata pesa mzuri. Leo wamesaidia pia upande ya ng'ombe ya maziwa. Isiolo hii maziwa itoshi, kwa hivyo mkipatulizikana na hii project tuko na ndere za nguvu ambayo mnaweza kuona na mnafurahia. Pia tumesaidia upande ya poultry kuku. Hii mambo ya kuku zamani wafugaji wanaona kama sio mali, lakini kupitia kwa wafadhili na sisi county government tumeonyesha kuku ni mfugo ya maana, inaweza kusaidia wananchi, wanapata maziwa na nyama ambayo haina madhara, hata inaitwa white meat. Pia wamesaidia upande wa nyasi. Nyasi wakati wa ukame ni hapa. Tunataka sasa nyasi inafungwa kama tunafanya biashara, inaitwa commercialization of founder. Na nyasi kama hii unaona sasa unaweka na unauza unapata pesa. Juzi Nagudi wameweza kununulia watu wa kina Mberu 1800 na moja ilikuwa inatoka shilingi 600. Hiyo pesa badala ya kupelekwa nje, hiyo pesa imekuja kwa mifuko ya wananchi wetu, watu wa county yetu. Sio ni kitu ya nguvu. Ya pili nataka kuongea maneno ya policy zile mmesikia. Tumeungana tumefanya hiyo range management policy, livestock policy, sector plan na pia social regulation ya kumanage hizi masoko. Kwa hizo soko za Isiolo ziko 9, zile za nguvu zile imetengenezwa mzuri kama hii mnaona. Na mmesikia 5 LMS wamesaidiana na county na wametengeneza hizo 5, hiyo ni karibu zaidi ya nusu. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni kazi mzuri na tunasema ni asante, tuendelee kushikana mkono. Pia na siwezi kusahau mambo ya abattoir. Hii kichinjio yetu ni kama tuko karibu kuimaliza na iko karibu mwisho, na hii kichinjio ikiisha wakulima watapata mali mzuri ya kuuza mifugo na wapate pesa nyingi kuweka kwa mifuko. Kwa hivyo tutakuja tufundishe nyinyi mwe vikundi ama kama cooperatives, ndio sasa tulepeleke mifugo ile iko na afya na watu wapate pesa. Kwa hivyo hata wafadhili wako karibu kukuja, ndio sasa hii abattoir iishe. Sasa wale wanafikiri tulisimama, sisi hatujasimama. The county government of His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Abdi Kuti inaendelea kumalizia hii soko ya abattoir, ndio nyama kichinjo tunauza hata nje, tunapata pesa nyingi. Mimi mwenyewe nimepelekwa na county mpaka Dubai, mpaka Turkey kwenda kujua mahali tutauza nyama, na wamesema wanataka nyama ya Isiolo. Sio jamani, ni kitu ya nguvu. Makofi, hata mimi nimeona Turkey, nimeona Dubai, na hiyo kitu ninahakikisha ya kwamba wamesema watakuja Isiolo kutunulia mifugo na wachinje na wapeleke nyama huko kwao na tupate pesa nzuri. Kumalizia sasa ni kusema ya kwamba hii mradi tunakaribisha na mikono miwili. Mimi mwenyewe tunafanyanga planning na hao pamoja na LMS, alafu tuna implement pamoja, na pia pesa kama inaitishwa mimi nawekea signature ya account iko huko, tunaweka tunasema pesa ikuje, na ikuja tunafuatilia tuone inatumika kwa ile ilikuwa inatakikana. Kwa hiyo kwa machache mimi ni kusema asante kwa LMS na wale wengine ambao wanaungana na county yetu ya Isiolo kuendeleza wakufanya wakulima wawe matajiri, na sisi tutoke kwa maskini tuwe ni watu wako pamoja na wale wengine, hakuna mtu ataka kubaki nyuma. Kwa hivyo mimi sina mengi, ni hayo tu. Kwa hivyo sasa nataka mchukue mkono ndio tukaribisha county secretary naye atutubie na atuambie maneno mazuri. Jamani, ile tuacha tupige ile asamani ile pigwa wakati ya Nyayo. 1 2 3 funga fungua. Asante sana jamani. Thank you.
Wako hapa Women Enterprise Fund, Youth Enterprise Development Fund, Kenya Meat Commission, and also we have our other teams, our ward administrators wako hapa, tuko na wao, they are present. Our SMEs representatives, umeona ile kazi mzuri imefanywa pamoja na partners na our SMEs, the producer organizations and all the marketing cooperatives, wale wako hapa na wale hawako. Kwa njia special tunawaambia asanteni, na pia asante kwa kusikia mwito wa kushikwa mkono na kusoma. Tuwapigieni makofi hao wote. Na sababu ya muda tutaingia sasa kwa nini moja tu, item moja ndio CS aingie, the award ceremony. Welcome Mr. Ture.
CCs who are present, chief officers, directors, deputy chief of party, LMS, chiefs, ward administrators, directors, all protocols observed. Wananchi tukufu wa Isiolo, hamujambo nyote. Salamu alaikum. Mbona sauti iko chini jamani? Hamuna furaha? Njaa Njaa Mungu atamaliza. Sawa? Haya, mfurahi kidogo jamani. Haya. Kwanza mimi nashukuru wafadhili wote kiongozwa na LMS kwa kupanga hii siku muhimu ambaye ina focus on behavior change. Mimi najua shida yetu kubwa Isiolo, shida yetu kubwa ni umaskini, na umaskini yetu inatokana na lifestyle yetu, vile tumejiweka. True majority of this county residents are pastoralists,
lakini traditional pastoralists, wafugaji, ile jinsi ya kufuga mifugo ile ya kizamani sana. Watu siku hizi wameendelea, hata ufugaji imeboreshwa zaidi paka inatumia teknolojia, lakini sisi bado tuko ile karne ya zamani. Tunafuga mifugo mingi kwa sababu ya saa ingine ya kuonyesha utajiri yako, saa ingine ya kuonyesha kwamba wewe ndio mbingwa area fulani. Sasa hiyo imepitwa na wakati jamani. Sasa ni kutafuta faida kwa hiyo ufugaji, na lazima tubadilishe hali yetu, lazima tubadilishe maisha yetu, na hiyo ndio mimi najua leo imetuleta hapa. Na mimi nashukuru sana wafadhili LMS special kwa kupanga hii mikakati. In fact hii ingekuwa imekuja kitambo sana, sababu hii ndio kitu ambayo imetuweka nyuma zaidi katika nchi yetu. Lakini mimi najua hata kama imechelewa, lakini mimi najua mkipigana naye saa hii mnaweza badilisha zaidi, mnaweza badilisha maisha ya hali ya watu wetu. Jamani, leo mgeni mheshimiwa ingekuwa gavana wetu His Excellency Dr. Mohamed Abdi Kuti, ambaye amenituma nimwakilishe yeye kwa sababu hakuwa anajisikia mzuri, na kwa hivyo kuna speech kidogo wametengeneza na ameniambia nimsomee kwa niaba yake, ndio muweze kupata mafikira yake pia kuhusu hii maneno imetuleta siku ya leo. Kwa ruhusa yenu, mimi nataka nianze kusoma tafadhali. Launch of media phase for livestock market system and social behavior change campaign. Distinguished guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me first and foremost register my sincere appreciation to our development partners, USA, United States of America for International Development, and ACDI VOCA, that is Agriculture Cooperative Development for International and Volunteer Overseas Cooperative Assistance, to consider our county and have an in-kind grant for livestock market system activity program that is being implemented. We say thank you very much, our development partners. I'm delighted to highlight that the management of livestock market is a function that my government considers very critical, given that it involves both livestock market as well as animal welfare. The concept of incorporating local association in the management of livestock market is therefore in line with an expected county government mandate. It is worth noting, it is worth highlighting that the overall aim of Kenya livestock market system activity has been to enable people, households, and community to escape poverty and chronic vulnerability and strengthen their resilience so that they can do so sustainably in the face of complex risks and recurrent shocks and stresses. For the implementation, ICD, VOCA, and partners, that is Mercy Corps, Bomber Project, and the Smart Regional Consultant, will deliver an inclusive market system approach to commercialize value chains while strengthening people's resilience to shock and stresses in Isiolo County. It is worth noting that within the livestock market system activity, the expanding and diversifying economic opportunities and strengthening community capacities for resilience and growth awards has worked closely together, thereby identifying high potential opportunities for catalyzing market system change, while enhancing human capital and enabling environment for improved policies, governance, and institutions in Isiolo County. For instance, the launch of Isiolo County gender policies, which took place recently at El Boran. This has put my government to be among the first counties to adopt the gender policy. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to holistically appreciate our program partners LMS under the Feed and Future initiative for convening this livestock market system social behavior change campaign media phase launch, where we have assurance our communities within Isiolo will be sensitized, enlightened, educated, and get awareness on improved livestock keeping practices through radio talk shows by our competent officers from the Department of Livestock in the county. Radio mention running through our own local radio programs, social media handles, workshop, and training that is already ongoing. And I believe our county will tap into this knowledge, thereby driving our livestock economy to sustainable, fully fledged and established market system that will improve our community. The LMS SBC program focuses on the following 5 key behavior areas that if all of us adopt within our livestock economy will intensively change for betterment of our livelihood financially. The following are the 5 behavior area LMS program in collaboration with the county government of Isiolo are bringing to the attention of Isiolo citizens. Behavior 1. If we adopt improved animal health technologies, that is deworming, vaccination, and practice of improved breeding, the value of our entire livestock will positively increase. Behavior 2. If we promote and adopt the use of high-quality feeds for our livestock, use of hay, concentrates, dairy milks, require ratios of madenge pods and acacia pod, fodders, and practice rangeland reseeding, with consideration of keeping controlled number of our livestock to avoid overstocking, then the value of our livestock will increase. Behavior number 3. If we adopt and promote hygienic milking, handling, and preservation through the use of clean water and storage containers, then our milk lifespan will increase and our market demand will be robust. And these are good changes, and that we want citizens of Isiolo County to experience. Behavior number 4. We urge citizens of Isiolo County to use aggregation channels when selling our livestock and its product. These channels include marketing, cooperatives, producers organization, group ranches, rural enterprise access project, and conservation. This is because we will have a better bargaining power at the market, access to livestock keeping, training, and other technical support. We urge the residents of Isiolo to form and join livestock value chain groups to support their livestock market economies. Behavior 5, if we adopt consumption of animal source foods, beef, mutton, fish, egg, chicken, meat, milk, and vegetable from purchase and from their own production with consideration of balanced diet, then we will have capped issues of malnutrition. We urge our communities to practice kitchen gardening at our homes for ETs for the betterment of our elderly and our young children who normally suffer during prolonged drought. I'm alive to the fact that LMS program is in line with the implementation framework for critical priority project by the national government and the Big Four agenda. The great turnout for this occasion by citizens of Isiolo and county officials is evidence of our commitment to achieve the Big Four agenda, particularly on achieving 100% food nutrition security. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to point out that this classifies into 2 main opportunities. First is the promotion of efficient business practice within livestock market value chain in Isiolo County. LMS program in collaboration with my government has ensured there is a development and dissemination of appropriate behavior change communication. Messages targeting all the actors in the livestock market value chain to address constraint and trade practice that have made the business unattractive to women, youth, and local communities. BCC messaging will be tailored and disseminated via support from the county government, NGOs, CSOs, and other USAID implementing partners. Both conventional and social media will help to also bring positive change in livestock market system in northern Kenya by sensitizing actors and communities, for instance. On transparency around pricing, use of sales by weight, that is scale, contracting of cooperatives, the importance of half of the population of women being actively involved in commercial processes, etc., including providing personal interest, the stories of how the BCC approaches have assisted individuals to change. Behavior change messaging will also be expected to promote safe and functional business practices as response to the current crisis, especially social distancing, wearing of masks, and frequent hand washing with soaps and water for 20 seconds. Second is the creating awareness of animal quality and the standards among smallholders and pastoral population, promoting change in the attitude and mindset of pastoralists toward commercialization of traditional livestock system, animal health quality standard, improved animal breeding uptake messaging and its advantage. Invariably, LMS will also promote behavior change and consumer awareness to increase the supply, production, and demand for higher quality livestock product by terminal market. This will be done by such activities as buyer-seller dialogue, learning platform, standard grades, codes, and regulation, and end consumer requirement. LMS program with collaboration with our county support system establish a framework for coordination, resource mobilization, and fund flow to implement key county priority intervention. I would like to appreciate the LMS technical team as well as LMS SBC team for ensuring the launch of media phase is convened today. It's a long, but let me finish. Our responsibility as government is to ensure that farmers and other value chain players get the most efficient enabling environment to support the economic growth. This will mean that farmers move away from rain-fed agriculture to produce cost-effectively. We need to ensure that we assist farmers in the adoption of modern crop, livestock, and fish farming practice that are resilient to the changing weather pattern that are currently being experienced across the county to avoid alarms and despondency. In order to get to the root cause and cure to any crisis, we have to get down to the bottom of the problem and do a complete analysis of the whole range of causes of the crisis. The information generated shall be crucial in ensuring evidence-based intervention that give farmers the support they need at the grassroots level that has been informed by the formative research which enabled LMS to have barrier analysis report. The barrier analysis report which we have in our mind, which is in our midst, enabled us to identify the gaps in the livestock market system of Isiolo County, and that is where our social behavior change message originates. Ladies and gentlemen, we owe it to ourselves, our people, and our county to collaborate to ensure the full realization and implementation of this LMS program. As we rise up to this challenge, let us please remember that this is not a moment to be insular, partisan, or jeopardized about our own interest, but we need to be driven by the best interest of all Isiolo citizens. Therefore, the real worth of this launch event will be in the coming up with workable solutions that redeem the agriculture, that is livestock economy, and trade sector. Let us therefore consult candidly on pragmatic solution that is responsive to the need of the people we serve. God bless us all. God bless Isiolo County. God bless Kenya. Hechi Honorable Dr. Mohamed Abdi Kuti, Governor Isiolo County. Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Nafikiri hiyo speech ni speech muhimu ambaye imeongea mambo mingi. Nafikiri mmesikiza na mmefahamu, na kama tutaenda njia hiyo tutaweza kuboresha maisha ya watu wetu. Na tafadhali, wakati ni sahihi kubadilisha our lifestyle, vile tunaweka mifugo yetu, lazima we embrace modern livestock keeping. Na sisi kama serikali ya county tuko tayari to support our farmers, both livestock farmers and agricultures. Tuko tayari kusupport hawa pamoja na our partners, tuhakikishe kwamba maisha ya watu wetu iweze kubadilika. Na nafikiri waziri ya agriculture aliongea sahi juu ya abattoir. Abattoir iko tayari. Muda karibu mtasikia tutaanza kufungua because investors wale strategic partners wale watakuja kurun the abattoir, hata walikuwa hapa juzi waliweza kuangalia, na wale walishinda ni wale ambaye wanajulikana internationally kumanage abattoirs. Ni kampuni moja kutoka UK, na tuko na hakika wakiingia hapa wataweza kufanya hii abattoir one of the best abattoirs in Kenya. Na sasa wakati ni wenu kama wananchi, mjipange mapema kabla hawa wajafika waanze hiyo kazi, kwa sababu mifugo mingi itahitajika kwa hiyo soko sasa ya abattoir. Sasa mwanze kununua mifugo, ng'ombe, mbuzi, gamia, mnaanza kulisha kwa hiyo soko ya abattoir, sio kwa sababu ya mambo mengine, kwa sababu wale watakuja kununua watachinja hapa alafu wapeleke nchi za ng'ambo. Kwa hivyo tafadhali, hiyo nafasi mwanze kujipanga mapema. Kwa hayo machache, we can now officially launch the media face social behavior change campaign ambayo itarun for the next 6 months. Na tafadhali wananchi, tunaomba msupport sisi katika hii juhudi, ndio watu wetu waweze kubadilika. Kwa hayo machache nasema asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Yes,